Hi class. So for today, we'll be discussing our second to the last topic, no, for this um quarter, no, a second quarter ng first semester. Methodologies and approaches in community action. So nauna natin is community profile. This time we'll focus on needs assessment, no, or needs analysis. No, the thing with community needs assessment is that as part of a community profile, no, as a whole, and part of community action plan as a larger um tawag dito schematics, no, when it comes to uh, doing, implementing, executing, initiating community engagement activities. Needs assessment is an important step to fully understand what is taking place, no, in the community, and what specific aspect of that issue that you've observed, or a problem that you've seen, that particular data that you've gathered that you want to focus on. Through needs assessment, mas maintindihan natin kung ano yung um, dapat, no, dapat pagtuunan ng pansin at paano ito pagtutuunan ng pansin. Dun sa previous nating discussion on community profile, nabanggit ko na rin kung tutuusin yung um, simpler version ng needs assessment. So, assessing community, identifying issues and attitudes of the community, yung pagsasagawa ng secondary sources, no? Review of secondary sources of information, talking to knowledgeable persons, followed by community visits are all integral sa pagsasagawa ng needs assessment. Take note kung bakit parang paulit-ulit, because when it comes to the methodologies under the community action or community action plan, nag-overlap yung mga bagay na ito. The profile, the needs assessment, and even the a proposal of the actual activity that you want to conduct when it comes to implementing a community engagement activity. So why do we need to perform an assessment? Primarily because it's a process that describes the state of the local people. It enables the identifications of the actions needed and how to address this. So it's not enough, no, when it comes to community engagement na dinedescribe mo lang yung nangyayari. Okay? It should be able, the community profile, no, as a whole, should be able to identify, no, the possible courses of action that should be done dun sa mga problema na na-observe ng mga observers, no, or even dun sa mga problema na sinasabi ng mga tao dun sa community, ng members ng community, and how to address this. Gaya nabanggit ko sa inyo before, typically nagagaling ito sa mga tao mismo, sa mga miyembro ng komunidad, or based on our research, we can provide proposals. At yun yung gagawin nyo sa inyong community needs assessment na performance task. You'll provide proposal based on secondary sources, as well as your own personal take, no, on what is the most applicable activities or series of activities that will cater to the needs or issues that you were able to assess, you were able to observe properly and objectively. It's a plan which delivers the most effective care to those in greatest need. Again, that the very reason that why we're doing community profiles is to fully grasp the extent of the problem, as well as to scope, no, scoping, narrowing down those who are actually in need, pinaka nangangailangan, because walang isang community engagement activity na kayang i-address lahat ng mga pangangailangan ng tao. But again, it's a continuous process. So we'll try to focus first on the aspects that need, no, needed to be effectively parang matulungan, no? Be assisted, mabigyan ng aksyon, mabigyan ng tawag dito, proper solutions, no? Or at the very least provide band-aid, no? Band-aid solutions for as a mere moment, then provide a tangible, continuous, and effective program to fully address the whole situation. But again, it's not a one-off activity. At hindi siya isang snap, magagawa mo lahat. It will take time. Kaya nga yung mas nagsasagawa ng community engagement activity ay tuloy-tuloy ito. No? Yung needs assessment nila ay patuloy din. Bawat pagpunta doon, may evaluation na gaganap para malaman kung ano pa ba yung mga dapat i-address. O baka mamaya, ginagawa pa rin itong halimbawa, feeding program, pero the reality is hindi na pala kailangan ng komunidad na pupuntahan. So, again, going back to the idea of the community profile, it shall apply the principle of equity or equality and social justice in practice. Take note, primarily ito sa needs assessment because we're trying to provide the greatest need, no? Social justice and equity or equality. For by providing the most to those, or providing effective care to those who are in greatest need. May prioritization na gaganap kung sino mas may pinakapangailangan, sila yung dapat ma-prioritize for the purpose primarily of social justice din. So the thing with conducting needs assessment is, as any good investigator, you will need to listen, makinig sa mga tao, makinig sa mga nangyayari sa paligid, look, no? Observe kung ano nangyayari, and learn from what you've heard, what you've read, what you've seen. Try to learn what is actually happening. Because again, it's all about trying to fully understand, comprehend the extent of the situation. Hindi, while yes, for the purpose of activity, kahit ano tayo, hindi ganun ka fully intricate yung tawag dito, extent ng information available natin, valid information na meron tayo. But in the actual, no, community engagement activity, or needs assessment rather, you need to be very specific. You need to fully understand the extent of what's happening para mas maintindihan mo kung ano nga ba yung mas tamang gawin. Mas makapag-provide ka ng mas akma na sitwasyon or solusyon dun sa sitwasyon. So, community assessment at a glance, may 5 steps ito kung di ako nagkakamali. First is, define the community and identify the key stakeholders. So, when it comes to community assessment, no, or rather needs assessment, nagawa nyo na naman ito. You define the community, and identifying key stakeholders is primarily identifying kung sino yung pinaka-maapektuhan at sino yung pinaka tutulong sa'yo para ma-resolve yung problema, at sino yung mga tao din na may kinalaman sa kabuuan ng programa. It can be the non-profit organization, the school who are conducting the engagement activity, the local government ng lugar na pupuntahan, and the actual members of the community, the students, no, the elementary students, or the school administration that will be reached out. So yun yung pag-identify ng key stakeholders. So the thing with identifying key stakeholders is, stakeholders are unique to your community. They represent entities with important sources of information, expertise, and resources. They may include school, not necessarily they may be the school, food banks, kasi Western yung context nito, health provider, park district, emergency respondent. But in the case of Philippines kasi, or local, locality, pwede siyang yung LGU, local LGU. Again, same schools, local health unit, local tourism unit, youth coordinator, tapos kung may park dyan, park attendant or of some sort, health specialist ng lugar. Those are key stakeholders na sila yung makakatulong sa atin para mas maintindihan yung extent ng problema. At similarly, sila din yung pwedeng matulungan natin, no? Matulungan natin when it comes to doing the actual engagement activity. Because hindi lang sila tutulong or tutulungan tayo, matutulungan din natin sila. Again, it's always a give and take process. So choose and apply, no? Second step is choose and apply the appropriate methodology to collect information. So in collecting methodology, you can use any combination of techniques to gather information about your community or specific problem. Some techniques are very simple and can be done by one person, while others require more people, skills, preparation, and time. So it can be as basic as observation, gaya nung, not necessarily requirement ko, but I'm kung may time, no, kung may option na magawa ito, is to observe the community. Mapping, no? Mapping is trying, lalo kung yan is something na very observable, you can try to map, halimbawa yung garbage collection or yung extent ng local, yung dami ng local health units, you can map out kung ano yung territory na sakop ng bawat lugar, number of courts, ganyan. You can also use existing information. Ito yung ginawa nyo. Again, review secondary sources or interviews. Some other groups have done this. But the thing with interviews is, lalo kung yung interviewin mo is maraming alam talaga, no? A knowledgeable person dun sa community, it can be very helpful. Similarly, kung ito yung more advanced naman, yung tinatawag ng focus group. So, pupunta ka sa komunidad, titipunin mo yung ilang grupo ng mga magsisilbing representante ng mga ng komunidad na mag-voice out ng mga na-experience nila na may kinalaman sa kung ang topic is family planning, mental health, physical well-being, ganyan. Or even conducting surveys. Pupunta ka sa area and meron ka specific quota, target, no, na bilang ng mga magsasagot ng survey mo regarding the community. Whichever is, depending on the activity, meron talagang pinakatama na methodology. However, in our case kasi, we'll focus on what we can do with the limited limitations that the current situation had imposed upon us. But what's clear here is, kung nakapag-research na kayo, it's very similar when conducting a research. Part of choosing the right methodology is asking effective questions. It's the basis for a good assessment. Regardless of the methodology your club or organization will use for the needs assessment, it's important that you understand how to formulate effective questions and adjust them to any setting. Be it a meeting with stakeholder, one-on-one interview, focus group, survey, personal observation. It's very important ulit, gaya ng nabanggit ko sa ating discussion sa community profile, na review of secondary sources, no? Or at least be aware of the community before going there. Be aware of the situation before going there, para alam mo yung mga tamang tanong na merong konkreto at malinaw na kasagutan. If gusto mong malaman yung at kasi malaman kung anong kalagayan ng mental well-being ng mga tao, hindi mo sila basta-basta tatanungin, kamusta po yung mental health nyo? Because not everyone is aware of how to define mental health. Is you need to try to formulate questions that will, at the very least, mag-a-arrive ka dun sa kasagutan na gusto mong makuha sa mga gusto mong i-interview. Then, identifying, no, third step, specific community needs, because napunta mo yung lugar, no, naintindihan mo na yung kalagayan nila, you'll be able to identify these specific community needs. It can be youth unemployment, youth unemployment, education, schools, lack of books, food insecurity, health-related, rebuilding, training, natural disasters, littering. Those can be the specific problems. Kung take note ito yung specific problems na to. Youth unemployment, no? Education, schools, lack of books, food insecurity, malnourishment, littering, deforestation. Ito na yung identifying the specific needs. Again, bakit specific needs? Kasi hindi naman lagi in-crumple, no? Hindi sa pagsimula ng isang community engagement activity, hindi mo kayang magawa lahat para sa mga tao. You'll always start at the simplest, no, issue and simplest activity to tackle that. Then you'll build, no? As you go along, the more complex, the more wide yung scope na ma-achieve mo, matatackle mo. Halimbawa, may problema daw sa transportation. So, apologies, no, last year pa to. Hindi ko na napalitan kasi gustong-gusto ko talaga to eh. Yung identifying specific needs. Ang problema daw is sa transportation. So, yan. Nakakasakay naman daw tayong lahat. Isang taon na pala to, no? Isang taon na to. So, just to give you parang reminisce lang ng mga panahon na hindi pa tayo nakakulong. So, after identifying the specific needs, plan activities that meet specific community needs. So, papansin nyo dito, so nagsimula tayo sa generic, no, or general. So, yung key stakeholders, no? Ano yung gagawin nating methodology? Tapos, ano yung specific needs? Ngayon, pumunta tayo sa plan of activities or planning activities that meet specific community needs. Ano yung mga bagay, mga aktibidades na pwede natin magawa para ma-improve yung problema. So, ang example dito, balikan natin, no? Is transportation, halimbawa, yan. Ano pwedeng gawin, no? Para improve yung transportation. So, magano tayo? Tawag dito, paragliding. Maging So, yan yung ways natin para isip tayo ng aktibidad na makakatulong para improve yung transportation. Siguro, although ngayon wala masyadong, siguro isip tayo ng, kung balikan na lang natin yung ating activity, no, yung sa inyong rather sa mga, halimbawa, mental health, anong pwedeng aktibidad na matatap yung problema? Webinars o short webinars, information dissemination campaigns, o kaya parang magpuput up ka ng hotline to talk for those individuals who want to talk, no, na walang face-to-face interaction, so that you'll be able to address the issue. Lastly, serve your community and assess your impact. So, naisip mo na yung nahanap mo na yung specific stakeholders, no, makikinabang. Naisip mo na yung tamang methodology na gagamitin. Nahanap mo na yung specific needs ng community. Oops. Sorry, natutuwa ako sa pag-crumple. Pa. Oh, wow. Then you'll think of activities that will help, no, na matutulungan, masugpo, mabawasan yung problema Then you'll serve your community. Organize service projects that adhere to the needs of your community. Serve your community and assess your impact. So, implementation of the program proper, or the in community engagement activity proper. I'll just leave it at that. No. Yeah, 2019. Imagine 2019 pa lahat ng to. So that's all. Thank you.